Hey, Skiba News Nation family, welcome to another YouTube live stream. Sorry we weren't able to make it last weekend, but we were doing TrutherCon 2025, which was epic. And, I'm so excited that we're going to make this an annual event. And I got one clip, Jake, that I want to play before we get started. Opa, if you could pull up the first one about my dad and Dave.
Do you have memories with Rob? Before I got into Flat Earth, I wasn't a God believer. I didn't believe in anything. I believed in evolution. I believed in all sorts of stuff. And then when people would try to push Christianity on me, it was horrible. They were just horrible, pushy. Basically, you're going to hell unless you take Jesus. Whether that's true or not doesn't matter. That's no way to bring anybody in. You just push people. And Rob just laid it out, set an example. You can state what you believe, you can show the reasons behind it, and you can set an example and not judge the person. That's how you get people to come. So I try not to bring up God. I have to now. There's no other option. I try to go from the scientific side. You got two people. If I showed science, both sides have to accept the science. Then you can point out it's also in the Bible.
So what a beautiful moment that was in our green room interviews. And guys, make sure if you want to see everything that happened at TrutherCon that you go to our Patreon and you join, and you'll be able to see everything that we experienced at TrutherCon, all the presentations, all the green room interviews, and etc.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got some really cool stuff to show you guys. Obviously, we want it to be as well edited and nice for all of you to view at home as possible. So just bear with us as we get all those clips edited up. There's, a whole lot of different behind the scenes, little reels and stuff. So make sure you guys, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our Patreon, and you'll be able to catch all of the TrutherCon footage as we post it.
Yeah. I accidentally put in the wrong link because we're live. HTTPS:// I'm going to put my Patreon link. Opa, do you want to start us off today? How about that?
All right. Well, let's see what I got here. Let's start off with Kim Kardashian made the news this week. So let's take a listen.
I'm crazy no matter what.
Ooh. Kim Kardashian says she doesn't believe the 1969 moon landing was real, and NASA has some thoughts. The celeb confessed she's not a true believer when it comes to the moment man first walked on the moon during the October 29th episode of Hulu's The Kardashians. At first, Kim approached her All's Fair co-star Sarah Paulson on set with her theory on the event.
I'm sending you, so far, 1 million interviews with both Buzz Aldrin and the other one.
Do it.
So I think it didn't happen.
I'm going to go on a massive deep dive is what's going to happen. Okay. I'm going to go on a serious deep dive.
I center conspiracies all the time.
And later, when asked the did it or didn't it happen question in her trailer, Kim reiterated,
I think it was fake. Maybe we should find Buzz Aldrin. Oh my God, Chloe should get him on her podcast.
Hey, Dad.
A conspiracy theory podcast.
There's no gravity on the moon. Why is the flag blowing? The shoes that they have in the museum that they wore on the moon is a different print in the photos. Why are there no stars?
and if anyone thinks Kim's conspiracy theory is a little out of this world, she's fine with that.
They're gonna say I'm crazy no matter what. But go to TikTok, see for yourself.
Ooh. After the episode aired, NASA's acting administrator, U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, clapped back at Kim, tagging the reality star in a social media post, saying, "Yes, Kim Kardashian, we've been to the moon before, 6 times." He added, and even better, NASA's Artemis program, which is a multi-mission campaign designed to return humans to the moon and ultimately to enable human missions to Mars, is going back under the leadership of the President of the United States. He said, "We won the last space race, and we will win this one too."
Very interesting. Where did Jake go? Oh, there he is.
Yep, there he is.
That's very interesting because, as much as I want to hate Kim Kardashian or hate what she does, you know, she does have a huge audience. So if she's questioning the moon landing, I mean, that's pretty big. Is Buzz Aldrin dead, or whoever she was saying?
Yes, he died.
That's what I thought. So they couldn't really do a podcast about it, but you know.
But wait, when did Buzz Aldrin die? I didn't know he died.
Yeah, I think he did. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I know
Maybe
Neil
they silenced
Armstrong
him.
died. Buzz Aldrin is still alive. He's 95.
Oh, he is alive, people are saying in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Maybe,
all right.
But I think we're confusing Buzz Aldrin and the other dude.
Neil and the
Neil
other guy, I
Armstrong.
think.
Yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
and the guy who rode the bicycle, Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you could see how the algorithm works. And for all of those that are watching, they're like, hey, you guys are getting into the Kardashians. What kind of truthers are you? Well, if you look at our live stream numbers, we're getting up into the upper 600s, 700s just by showing a clip that feeds the system, you know? And so if you think about the algorithm and, you know, we want to get into some other very important stuff. And not only that, but Rep TrutherCon for all of the new people that are joining us. Welcome to Skiba News Nation. We know you were brought here by your love of Kim, but stay for the conspiracies and the truth, right?
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting that NASA responded to her.
So yeah, it's funny. They refuse to say that they lost the technology to go back, but that's okay.
Right. I mean, I'm not a big Kim Kardashian fan or anything like that.
You're not?
No.
I thought you were the biggest Kim Kardashian fan, if I'm being honest.
Nah.
Oh.
I just wanted to basically get that NASA response in. So
yeah.
Okay, so the next thing I have here is basically an update on our little jewel theft in France, the Louvre. There we go.
Developments for you this morning in that brazen daylight heist at the Louvre Museum. French authorities now say more arrests have been made in connection to that robbery. You may remember thieves stole jewels from the museum in Paris earlier this month, valued at more than $100 million. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Holly Williams is following this story from Paris and has the update. Holly, we're all wondering how this was even possible. What is new on the people now in custody?
Good morning, Errol. There's lots of news. 5 more suspects have been arrested in connection with the heist here at the Louvre Museum. That was announced by the French authorities this morning. 2 other suspects were arrested on Saturday, in fact, late Saturday night. They have now been charged by the French authorities, and if convicted, they could face sentences of up to 15 years. But, Errol, the French authorities say they are still searching for those stolen jewels. The French prosecutor said at a press conference yesterday that the 2 suspects who've been charged have partially admitted their involvement and were identified via their DNA. As you remember, that brazen daylight robbery took just 8 minutes. The thieves used a basket lift to scale the facade of the museum and then made off with jewelry valued at over $100 million. Now, both of the 2 suspects who've been charged have criminal records. They are in their 30s, and they come from one of Paris's more deprived neighborhoods. One of them was arrested at the airport just before attempting to fly to Algeria in northern Africa. But the prosecutor said yesterday that there was no evidence so far to suggest that this crime was an inside job with an accomplice working here at the Louvre. Look, this daring theft has sparked outrage here in France because of lax security at the Louvre, which is the world's most visited museum and home to some of the world's most important art. The director of the Louvre called the incident a, quote, terrible failure. And the Paris police chief said yesterday that aging systems had left gaps in the museum's defences.
Interesting to hear. They do not think it was an inside job, which I was wondering, but it's early in the investigation. Holly, thank you for all.
They also don't think 9/11 was an inside job, I bet.
Yeah. Hey, I've been really interested in that one, Opa. It's definitely one of those stories that catches your attention.
That's for sure.
Let's get an update on Amelia. and the search for Amelia's plane.
Highly anticipated expedition to search for Amelia Earhart's lost plane is now on hold.
Yeah, we've been waiting for this. A crew of Purdue researchers and others were supposed to leave West Lafayette to the Marshall Islands this Thursday. Ashton Hackman joins us in studio. And Ashton, what's next for this expedition?
Yeah, well, researchers say they won't be able to safely reach this island, this remote Pacific island, until sometime next year. They've got their eyes on that highlighted area because they think that could potentially be her missing plane. Now, all of this is because of the Taraya Object Expedition. They say they are working to get some more permits through the government out there. And they're also dealing with the hurricane season that's about to hit that area later this year. That's why they're going to have to wait until sometime next year. The plan, though, it remains the same. The crew will fly from Purdue to the Marshall Islands. From there, they will take a 6-day boat ride to Nikamuro. Researchers want to confirm whether these anomalies in satellite images are indeed the remains of Amelia Earhart's Lockheed Electra 10E, which she obviously famously flew on her mission to circumnavigate the world. Crews at Purdue, they say there are some positives to take away from this delay.
Of course. I like that. They're positive.
Yeah, it may go on and 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 on. Who knows?
That's how it always is.
Right. And so, you know, I played not on the live, but I played in our Friday broadcast some Reagan stuff, and I'm a big Ronald Reagan fan, and so I just decided, you know, let's play a few more of those to lighten things up a little bit. Okay?
People just seem to like those a lot.
Yeah, well, let's see if they like these.
True that when you're out on the campaign trail and you start to get very eloquent about all the wonderful things you've accomplished, you can get yourself in trouble. I don't know if you ever heard the story about Teddy Roosevelt, and no matter what you may have heard, he did not tell me this story himself. About how once in a campaign he was giving a terrific old stem winder of a speech and a heckler interrupted him very rudely. And this fellow in the audience kept yelling, "I'm a Democrat." Teddy finally just stopped cold and said, "All right, sir, why are you a Democrat?" And the fellow said, "Because my father was a Democrat and my grandfather was a Democrat and my great-grandfather was a Democrat." And Teddy went in for the kill. He said, "Well, sir, what if your father were a jackass and your grandfather were a jackass and your great-grandfather were a jackass? What would you be then?" And the fellow says, "A Republican."
Shots fired.
Today marks my first State of the Union address to you, a constitutional duty as old as our republic itself. President Washington began this tradition in 1790 after reminding the nation that the destiny of self-government and the preservation of the sacred fire of liberty is finally staked on the experiment entrusted to the hands of the American people. For our friends in the press who place a high premium on accuracy, let me say, I did not actually hear George Washington say that. I will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit, for political purposes, my opponent's youth and inexperience. Although I've been around for a while, I can remember when a hot story broke and the reporters would run in yelling, "Stop the chisels." But I am aware of my age. When I go in for a physical now, they no longer ask me how old I am. They just carbon date me. The story was an American and a Russian arguing about their two countries. And the American said, "Look, in my country, I can walk into the Oval Office, I can pound the president's desk and say, 'Mr. President, I don't like the way you're running our country.'" And the Russian said, "I can do that." The American said, "You can?" He says, "Yes. I can go into the Kremlin to the General Secretary's office, pound his desk and say, 'Mr. General Secretary, I don't like the way President Reagan's running his country.'" Less than one family out of 7 in the Soviet Union owns an automobile. Most of the automobiles are driven by the bureaucrats. The government furnishes them and drivers and so forth. So an order went out one day to the police that anyone caught speeding, anyone, no matter who, gets a ticket. Well, Gorbachev came out of his country home, his dacha. He was late getting to the Kremlin. There was his limousine and driver waiting. He told the driver to get in the back seat, he'd drive, and down the road he went. They passed 2 motorcycle cops. One took out after him. And pretty soon he's back with his buddy, and his buddy says, well, did you give him a ticket? And he said, no. Well, he said, why not? Oh, he said, too important. Well, he said, we're told to give anybody a ticket, no matter who it is. Oh, he said, no, this one was, I could. Well, he said, who was it? He said, I couldn't recognize him. But his driver was Gorbachev.
He was the first Trump, kind of. Like, he was funny.
Yeah, and I like the way that he doesn't have to always look down and read and look at his teleprompters. He knows what he's going to say. So,
yeah, it's interesting how President Trump refers back to Reagan, and Reagan referred back to Teddy Roosevelt, and they all three were very similar kind of showman-like characters, and some have said they were the only true American presidents that we've ever had. Everybody else were, politicians, but these were the people's people, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this last thing, unfortunately, is bad news.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's bad news, and I don't know what to think of it. So maybe you guys will have to tell me what result's going to be.
You ready? Let's go for a spin. Point. There she goes. Easy, easy. That's it. Look at you fly. How's the view up there, buddy? Coming back in, nice and steady. Perfect land.
I think the guy that made those was the one that made one out of his deceased cat, if I'm not mistaken. He made all the farm animals, and he's working on a cow, I believe.
Yeah, but when pigs fly,
Oh, that's true. That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Now, was that AI? Was that an AI pig fly, or was that a real pig fly?
That was a real pig fly.
Wow.
Well, that's all I got.
Well, thank you, Opa. So I just want to remind the chat, I have some goodies giveaways. I got 3 Truth or Con caps, snapback caps. I got 1 Charlie's Big Adventures Around the World Or Not signed. And I have 6 tote bags and a set of Gary Wayne's Genesis 6 Conspiracy Part 1 and Part 2. So if any of those sound appealing to you, then we can we'll figure out something, a good way to, maybe some trivia questions or something.
Yeah, a whole bunch of goodies from TruthorCon we want to send home with anybody that wasn't able to attend. But be on your toes with your fingers ready. We'll ask some questions, and first person to answer in the chat will get a giveaway.
Awesome.
Sweet. Well, before we get into my news segment, I wanted to just peel through just a short TruthorCon, some clips that we had just to give you guys more of a perspective of what was happening. Now, we'll upload the full video to Patreon, and we're going to have some of the first presentations ready in the next couple days. So make sure you guys jump over to Patreon and subscribe so that you can catch what happened, in its unedited entirety. But let's start off with, we had some fantastic conversations in the green room. We got to meet up with, of course, Seven Trumpets prepper Lucas Cameron.
Everyone winning at life, and it made me so happy to see you all actually get your play button, because I couldn't stay out of trouble.
Yeah, it's really interesting how it all connects together. I think just the fact that conspiracy theorist, like, that term was coined because of the JFK shooting, and it was coined by the CIA to make people like us questioning the official narrative sound crazy.
They demonize and they demonize, just like YouTube is doing to creators like us. Yes. And it just continues.
So just one more question. Lucas Cameron, thank you so much for joining us here at TruthCon. Tell us a little bit about what you're talking about this week.
So when you and Jeremiah talked to me about coming and speaking, I took and sat back for a minute and I really tried to unpack if I condensed the whole 15 years of ministry and I only had tomorrow was my last day to ever share something with everyone, like that, the whole encompassment of that, what would I tell people to warn them today? And what I decided was the days of Noah 2.0. Because, the biggest warning we were given was that as of the days of Noah, so shall come the Son of Man be. So that's pretty much a billboard at that point that you need to check off your bingo card. And if you've got all your bingo card marked, you're pretty much there. And so I have 10 points tomorrow to really break down that we have not hit that timeline segment from the first time until just now. And so, that really lays the foundation for the 7 trumpets to begin and a lot of prophetic events to finally pop off. And it's a marvelous thing to warn people in advance, because when it does start to happen, it's obvious that the scripture is alive, right in front of us. So I really hope it's enlightening to people that watch it or that in the presentation tomorrow and everything.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, me too. I already know it's going to be good. So you guys buckle in, and it's going to be great. So Lucas, thank you so much for joining us here at TruthCon.
Love you, brothers.
Awesome.
It was
All right,
great.
It's good.
As it was in the days of Noah, so will it be at the coming of the Son of Man. That's Matthew 24:37. So whenever you were in Sunday school, of course, I had a journey leaving Babylon. I went to Sunday church, Seventh-day Adventist church, Seventh-day Baptist. It was all over the place, and then finally got to the truth. Is you said in Sunday school, and there's this quick blaze over. So there was this creation, there was man, then there was fallen angels, then there was like giants and some weird Lord of the Rings stuff kind of thing going on.
Weird Lord of the Rings stuff.
All of a sudden, then it was like, we're done with this, there's a flood, Noah's a good guy, and we keep it moving. And did anybody else get an explanation a little different to that? Because that was pretty much the glaze over I got as a child.
Hey guys, we're here at
We also had
TruthCon
Gary
with
Wayne.
the one and only Gary Wayne, the king of the bloodlines, is like I like to call him, because he knows all bloodlines. I asked him about Elvis, and that clip blew up. So he knows pretty much everything. He's like a walking encyclopedia, and that's the truth. Wouldn't you say, Jake?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've known Gary for many years. Actually, when I first started working with Now You See TV, that got me into this truth or alternative
I love how
media
giddy he
thing.
was.
It was at the 2016 Exposing Darkness conference in Evansville, Indiana. And that was the first time I got to meet Gary, and that's actually where my journey started.
We
getting
go
into
way
the
back.
media
We
realm.
had
And so
views,
We go way back in
videos
a
with
way.
like millions of views.
Also
It was
have had
awesome.
some very
Talk about
viral
giants and
interviews
all
over
that.
the year, both with Now You See TV and also doing stuff with Skiba News Nation, and millions of views cumulatively. Like I've looked, it's pretty amazing. Well, welcome to TruthCon. What are some of your thoughts? Are you enjoying the event so far?
Yeah, glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Been awesome so far. The interaction with the crowd is spectacular. I'm looking forward to my presentation and the answer and question and answer session. And so, yeah, it's off to a great start, and I think it's going to be a tremendous conference by the time we conclude. And hopefully people are going to walk away and start spreading more of the truth. Providing the background information for the characters.
He had a very
Society that
fascinating
they would be
presentation.
working in, and to bring it into focus in terms of the concept that my publisher, William Carmichael, wanted to write a series of novels on, and on how the end time might come about, and in this case, how AI would play out in the end time. So
nope.
DRITH.
Nope.
This was so funny.
Oh god.
Deep into the rabbit hole.
D-I-T-H-R-T.
Nope.
Oh god.
Deep into the.
This is my greatest conundrum, finding you on YouTube.
Deep inside the rabbit hole. Ditra.
And
that will actually go viral. What just happened? That was pretty funny.
I'm gonna leave the app to you.
You know what's funny? That my referral code on the app is DITRH. But one guy, this guy Eric, who knows that everyone pronounces it Dirth, DIRTH, he made his referral code DIRTH, and he got a shit ton of referrals because people misspell it,
Oh my
and so he
gosh.
got the referral points.
Oh,
Genius.
genius. Oh man, well, obviously we're here with Dave Weiss, Flat Earth Dave, deep inside the rabbit hole. And
can you give me the initials for that?
D-I-T-R. Oh, I've already messed it up.
No, you have it.
Oh, wow. I'm second guessing myself.
Well, now it doesn't count because you said you messed it up.
Okay.
D-I-T-R-H. There you go.
Woo. There you go. All right. So what do you think of TruthCon so far?
You know, it's excellent. I'm very critical of, how things are done because I'm a control freak. And your first conference, I give you an A+ because any issues that you're having, if you are having any, we're not seeing them. So I've seen experience places have more issues than this. The only conference I've seen that really hasn't tied together is in Acapulco, but they're in their 11th year, so they better have it right. So you guys are doing a great job. I think this is a great venue. You know, it's a good spot, and
we're in the middle of everything.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome. And our focus is energy goes where attention flows, and attention flows where energy goes wherever it goes. So if everyone's focused on the bad, we're attracting more of that. Leave the bad, take the good, understand that there is good out there, and add to it. And everybody can do something. So that's my message. If you're one person, you don't have a YouTube channel, you don't have anything, but you have the knowledge now, just go wake up one person. I believe those are helium balloons. On the app, in the more resources section, there's a thing called Rocket Balloons. Check out those videos, and it's pretty clear. But they do different types of things. There's certain launches that are literally holograms. There's nothing real about them. You can see that there's 4 towers around the launch pad, and that's the projector. And we've seen glitches where half the rocket disappears, and all sorts of stuff. There was years ago, we were looking on Google Earth, nosing around the launch pad on NASA, and we saw these really weird lights. It's just really weird, looked like spotlights, and we could actually see the company name or a serial number, and we looked it up, and it was from a holographic projection company that we looked up deeper. They had a contract with NASA, but it was secret, So again, all these little pieces of evidence point towards complete total deception.
Well, guys,
We had Mikey
Jenny from Candid Truth.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for having us here, having me here. It was so awesome. I've been to a lot of events, a lot of churches and things, and dude, this is the most memorable thing I've been to in a long time. This is just the coolest thing. Like, you guys were hyping it up, and I was like, is it really gonna be that good? Dude, you guys didn't even hype it up enough. Like, this is awesome.
Well, I'm glad you said that, and I'm glad you were at the first TruthCon because I hope it's something monumental and keeps growing from there,
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're here with Jay Dreamers.
Jay,
What's up, bro?
special guest, came out and visited us with us.
Welcome to TruthCon. What do you think so far of the event?
It's really nice for me to be able to hang out with a bunch of open-minded people and listen to so many perspectives and teachings and views, and
Answer that trivia question live, guys. Get a giveaway.
The search for the truth, which I admire.
Yeah.
This is cool, Mikey.
I'm
sitting between Jake and Junior by Skiba.
Oh, we're sitting here with you. What's up? Hey, we are here with Josh Keefe, founded.
I'm sending
Earth
him
Brothers.
something really cool in the mail
I'm so
soon.
stoked for you to be here at TruthCon, man. How are you enjoying the event so far?
Dude, this is a blessing. We are with you can see what our Father's doing, gathering his humble, just peculiar inheritance
Ding, ding, ding.
together, and it's a great event talking to
Send
people.
us an email, Miguel. You get a giveaway.
Networking, all the things
Miguel,
that you guys kind of advertise.
tell me
are
what you
coming
want
through, and
in
it's
an
like
email.
it's one of the best conferences, actually
Hey,
the best conference. I
walk
think I've
through
been
his
to
options,
ever.
too.
And I know my
Yeah,
good friend
yeah.
Mikey that I rode up here with is
got
saying the same thing. It is
TruthCon
it's amazing
2025
how
hat.
at home you feel. You don't feel like
Signed,
they're wanting
Charles
you with
Steve
security and like it's like you guys are very welcoming. So it's been a blessing to be a part of this.
TruthCon tote bag.
Oh man, that's so exciting that you were able to be here, and that. Thank you. Those are very kind words.
it means a
All
lot.
praise to the Most High.
Gary
our
Wayne.
hearts
Shout out
behind
to my
this.
wife, too.
And our wives.
We know there's some amazing wives out there doing work right now as we speak.
That's the truth.
It's running.
And so our children, our Father is raising up some truth soldiers in this world. I see it every day. I stepped out of the Babylonian classroom and started a program called Creation Standard, where we expose the demonic standards and we teach it to our Father's truth soldiers around the world. And these children are something you guys can't imagine unless you see it like I do. 3 days a week when we have our live lectures, these children are bright. Our Father is doing something special. And I am blessed to be a part of that and be here talking about these things.
Bryson Gray to TruthorCon 2025.
And we had Bryson.
Now,
He was
I got
awesome.
the coolest shot running from behind him. I said, "What is it like performing?" And he answered it right before he went out live.
I went up and my daughters and me were dancing, doing nice. It was awesome. So much fun. We also had Winston, Austin Winston. Fantastic presentation.
It was great, epic, awesome, all those words.
It was great, epic, awesome, all those words, eh, Jeremiah?
It was great, epic, awesome, and all those words, quite frankly. And you know what? If I didn't come up with it myself, I don't know. I was trying to think of something Trump would say. It was quite frankly one of the most amazing. It really was one of the most amazing things that I've ever been a part of, and that was pretty awesome.
It was
Yeah, man.
bigly.
Bigly. Yep.
It was bigly.
Yeah.
And
One
shout
day
out to
we
my
will
amazing
be
wife.
big leagued. You know, hopefully that's what we're aiming for. We're going to grow from humble beginnings, but we're going to grow each year. So make sure you guys don't miss out on TruthorCon 2026. Just go to truthorcon.com and you can get notified for when we start dropping those tickets for next year.
I will say that it was so humbling and I was so honored that so many people, so many speakers and attendees and just everybody said how like this was one of the best things ever. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, I didn't even know what to say. I was at a loss for words because Lindsay and I mean, we've been like, our heads have been full of just TruthorCon this whole time. So right after it happened, it was like, we slept for 2 days, but it was amazing. And I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. And it's because of you guys.
Yeah.
And meeting y'all was awesome too. You're like, oh, I'm so-and-so from YouTube. I'm like, oh, what's up? You know?
It was more than I could have hoped for or expected. It was definitely a beautiful, blessed event, and everybody was saying so. So, yeah, it was really good. Well, we did have our first giveaway winner, Miguel. So he answered the question. What report mentioned the word conspiracy theorist? Where did that first get brought up? And the answer was
the Warren Commission report. Very good. And now we're thinking. Now, Jake, you got to come up with the next question.
You guys,
I have all the prizes in the on the actual YouTube thing. It's like a poll, so you guys kind of get an idea of what you want if you win a prize, and then send an email to my email, Jeremiah@SkibaNewsNation.com, with your address, and we'll send it your way.
Well, I got some interesting news. I think there could be so my conspiratorial like tinfoil hat on, reading myself into world headlines. I think we had a nod, wink, wink from Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, bro. You want to know why?
Why?
Check out the latest interview. What episode does it say?
2404.
What's 2404? It's 444. I don't know. I got 2 4s, 444. Hey, anyways, I'm just being a conspiracy theorist here, but there was some really interesting things that were covered in this interview with Elon Musk. Pretty interesting topic here. Obviously, this happened on October 31st, and it's a big deal kind of conversation between the world's largest podcaster, and Elon Musk, the world's richest man. And so some of the things that were mentioned in this were very interesting, caught my attention. But by the way, I did drop the 444 hit us up comment. So you guys go over there and like our comment. Well, maybe we can get on Joe Rogan's show and talk about some of the things that we're interested in. And yeah, so anyways, we're going to cover some of these things that were brought up in the conversation with Elon and Joe. Let's start with the one that caught my attention the most in terms of its relation with AI and the question whether Elon would be producing his own mobile phone. And now, bear with me, it's like a 3-hour interview, and there were a lot of things I definitely think we should analyze, but the top 2 are what I'm going to cover in our live stream tonight. And this is what Elon said regarding the next 5 to 6 years, where mobile phones are going to be going the way of the DVD player. Check this out.
By the way, I
an
said
edge node
conspiracy
for AI
theorist,
inference for
not
AI video
conspiracy
inference.
theory.
With with some radios to obviously connect to, but essentially you'll have AI on the server side communicating to an AI on your device, formerly known as a phone, and generating real-time video of anything that you could possibly want. And I think that there won't be operating systems, there won't be apps in the future. There won't be operating systems or apps. It'll just be, you've got a device that is there for the screen and audio and for and to put as much AI on the device as possible, so as to minimize the amount of bandwidth that's needed between your edge node device, formerly known as a phone, and the servers.
So if there's no apps, what will people use? Like, will X still exist? Will they be email platforms, or will you get everything through AI?
You'll get everything through AI.
Everything through AI. What will be the benefit of that, as opposed to having individual apps?
Whatever you can think of, or really whatever the AI can anticipate you might want, it'll show you. That's my prediction for where things end up.
What kind of time frame are we talking about here?
I don't know. It's probably 5 or 6 years, something like that.
Winner.
So 5 or 6 years, apps are like
email.
Blockbuster Video.
Pretty much.
And everything's run through AI.
Yeah, and there'll be most of what people consume in 5 or 6 years, maybe sooner than that, will be just AI generated content. So music, videos.
Very interesting. So, according to Elon, mobile phones are going the way of the DVD player or Blockbuster or whatever, and we're going to all have personalized generative AI giving us our entertainment and whatever in the next 5 to 6 years. So that's why he's not getting into the phone industry, and apparently. Very interesting.
Yep.
Now, did you guys have any thoughts on that before we carry on to one of the other comments he made during that interview?
No, I thought it was just a fascinating interview as a whole. I mean, it's always fun watching his autistic brain try to come up with the right words. Hold on. I just made my camera fall on my face. Hold on. And that's why you see me do this all the time. Just so you know, it makes my camera fall on my face. So
I thought it's because your heart was going out to us.
Oh, that too. My heart does go out to you. I won't do the symbol, but you know what I mean.
Oh, man. Okay, so, yeah, interesting. Elon's not getting into mobile phones because he thinks they're going to become extinct as we all get it plugged into, like, Google glasses and implantable chips, apparently. Allegedly, or, Anyways, here was another really interesting comment where he basically exposed the homeless industrial complex. And it's pretty dark, but I mean, kind of eye-opening. But you can see how this would be turned against certain groups of people that purport to serve the poor and needy, maybe in the right way, while there's definitely something he's exposing here with the people that are doing it in the wrong, evil way. So check this out.
Or something like people don't understand like the homeless thing, because it sort of preys on people's empathy, and I think we should have empathy, and we should try to help people, but the homeless industrial complex is really it's dark, man. It should be that network of NGOs should be called like the drug zombie farmers, because the more homeless people and really. Like when you meet like somebody who's like totally dead inside, shuffling along down the street with a needle dangling out of their leg, homeless is the wrong word. Like homeless implies that somebody got a little behind on their mortgage payments, and if they just got a job offer, they'd be back on their feet. But someone who's, I mean, you see these videos of people that are just shuffling. They're on fentanyl. They're like. Taking a dump in the middle of the street, and they got like open sores and stuff. They're not like one job offer away from getting back on their feet.
Right. This is not a homeless
homeless
issue.
It's a propaganda word.
Right.
So, and then the these sort of charities in quotes they get money proportionate to the number of homeless people or number of drug zombies.
Right.
So their incentive structure is to maximize the number of drug zombies, not minimize it.
Right.
That's why they don't arrest the drug dealers. Because if they arrest the drug dealers, the drug zombies leave. So they know who the drug dealers are. They don't arrest them on purpose, because otherwise the drug zombies would leave, and they would stop getting money from the state of California and from all the charities.
Wait a minute. So you say
it's dark, man.
Is that real? So they're in coordination with law enforcement on this?
Yeah.
So how do they have those meetings?
They're all in cahoots.
Well, when you find
this is a diabolical scam. And San Francisco's got this tax, this gross receipts tax, which it's not even on revenue; it's on all transactions, which is why Stripe and Square and a whole bunch of financial companies had to move out of San Francisco, because it wasn't a tax on revenue; it's a tax on transactions. So if you do trillions of dollars transactions, it's not revenue. You're taxed on any money going through the system in San Francisco. Like Jack Dorsey pointed this out, and they said look, that they had to move Square from San Francisco to Oakland, I think. Stripe had to move from San Francisco to South San Francisco, a different city. And that money goes to the homeless industrial complex, that tax that was passed. So there's billions of dollars that go, as you pointed out, billions of dollars every year that go to these non-governmental organizations that are funded by the state. Like this, it's not clear how to turn this off. It's a self-licking ice cream cone situation. So they get this money. The money is proportionate to the number of homeless people or number of drug zombies, essentially. So they try to keep that. They try to actually increase, because that like in some cases it's somebody did an analysis. When you add up all the money that's flowing, they're getting close to $1 million per homeless per drug.
Wow. Pretty interesting. This is just two of the things that stood out to me from those two from the big interview. But yeah, what do you guys think about how the San Francisco government kind of creates this perpetual problem of homelessness? And it's just because they're getting government money for each homeless person that they're helping, so they have all the incentive to make the streets full of homeless people, which is why everybody's like, why is it going downhill so fast? Right?
Well, I think it's a lot like this answer right here. There's a lot of money laundering going on.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, moving on to another topic. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the stuff going around recently about Erica Kirk and JD Vance. It's super strange, man.
Lindsay wanted me to tell you to bring this up because it was super weird.
Yes, I caught it as soon as I saw the hug, if you guys know what I mean, and you're about to. So, look, grieving widow, yeah, but just the way that this whole exchange went about, I see it in certain ways, but let's just watch it and see if everybody catches what caught my eye and made it seem very, very odd. It's just that that extra little hand on the back of the neck and head.
So who's at fault there? Because first of all, I mean, but this might be just an autistic thing, right? I don't hug people, and I hug people very awkwardly. Hold on, I changed my camera again. So I would never hug somebody where my hand would be around their waist, male or female, ever.
Yeah, it was just very, very intimate, overly intimate. And then we have this statement from Erica Kirk, which to me makes me think that this is all very forward-facing stage performance stuff, where they want people to be like, oh, there's some interesting baton passing from Charlie to JD by Erica. So what did she say?
No, but I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight, because he's an amazing man. No one will ever replace my husband. No.
This is after.
But I do see some similarities of my husband
before the hug, I think.
And Vice President JD Vance.
So she's making direct, correlations between her husband and JD Vance. And then as she goes off stage, she gives him that like intimate neck hug. He's around her waist. Yeah. Yeah. Here's another, breakdown.
I don't know about Sierra, but
no one will ever replace my husband.
Lindsay would never allow that.
No.
Yeah, no way.
But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight. Because he understands the fight that we're up against. And he can articulate that.
Does she have a lot
in
of
a way
rouge on her cheeks?
Yeah.
that transcends. He's an amazing man.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay. So getting into the conspiratorial weeds with this one, of course, if you guys are interested, I covered a newly released text exchange between Candace and Charlie. All right. And apparently Charlie in the text messages was saying things like, this is true prophecy, and that he's interpreting himself to be Moses. And then he says, you're the Iron Woman, Candace. You can be my David. But as we see this play out on the world stage, I can't help but to ask the question, right? Was JD Vance actually the David and Charlie the Uriah in this story? I mean, guys, it's just very strange. This state happening right here, and everybody picked up on it. It was just a little bit too intimate, whatever. But there's been some funny.
Boy, those flash bulbs went quick.
Tonight to be able to introduce to you a very, very dear friend and his wife.
Oh, now you bring up the
They
wife.
are incredible. And I see No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I am so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight. He's an amazing man.
Okay, so my theory is JD Vance is the David of the story, and Charlie ended up, unfortunately, being the Uriah the Hittite, and we got Bathsheba over here passing the baton to our new our vice president. There's been some hilarious AI stuff being generated because
have
of
you
this.
Have you seen the photo of them both hugging on top of his casket? It's like,
oh, you mean this one?
Yeah, that one. It's the most dark humor I've ever seen, and I
now this is AI, guys. This is not real, but it demonstrates the uncomfortable nature of what we just saw kind of roll out. And you know, they're trying to replace JD Vance's wife with Charlie Kirk's wife. She, you know, I mean, this is all just conspiracy tinfoil hat stuff, but yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. It was just super like, okay, what are they doing? Why are they putting her on the stage with this like tense moment? You know, anyways, it was, you can tell that there was some type of political theatrics that they're, you know, rolling into this whole scene.
Yep, that's for sure.
All right. Well, let's look at this clip here. We're gonna kind of jump through it, but it's a really interesting video put out by Shaking My Head Productions. Go give them a shout out from Skiba News Nation. But this is about Turning Point USA Inc. and the possible wolves in sheep's clothing concept of what is being built with this new religious motivated political movement in the U.S. spurred on by the sacrificial lamb of Charlie Kirk's death. And, you know, I mean, is it an angel in white light that we're not expecting?
Here come the little deviants. These are the little deviants.
Well, these students behind me have been standing in the rain. It is cold. It is windy. This guy over here.
Must be every other stolen police vehicle on our hot sheet. We're definitely onto something here.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I see school is out.
Yeah. Right now, all I can think of is 38 little kids standing individually on lonely street corners waiting for a bus that'll never come.
Friday, put your goat leggings on and try to blend in.
Put it to sleep, Strebeck.
Down, boys.
You have to admire their techniques in crowd control.
Shaitan!
A small surprise before the ceremony starts?
Why not?
You? I had a big lunch.
Of living pagan perfection, to call the name Gahoon. El Bazer, Ignodros, Shaitan. Prepare the Virgin.
hair the virgin. I don't like the sound of that.
Let's just hope they're not referring to you.
With this bat, I do consecrate.
Madagascar fruit tree bat from the zoo.
Good eye.
With this lion's mane, I do consecrate.
Now all that's missing is one humongous 30-foot groundhog gulping reptile.
For the final touch to our brood tonight, a pristine virgin in a gown of white.
A visit at Sarasota's new College of Florida, announcing a state plan to honor Charlie Kirk. The governor says the first place trophy at Florida Civics and Debate Competition will be renamed in Kirk's honor. During this morning's press conference, the governor also said that move was to reflect Kirk's career as the leader of Turning Point USA. It focuses on talking to college students about conservative ideas.
You know, some of these students get up there and they do their talking points, and you'd have somebody like Charlie batting them down.
Where am I? Grandpa? What are you doing here?
Chris, welcome to the Skull and Bones Society. This is where the most powerful men in the world are groomed for their futures. Every president, every CEO, every douchebag named Ryan Seacrest. The Skull and Bones Society has been a part of my family for decades, and we want you to become a member.
Really? Wow, cool!
Excellent. You get your own stock portfolio, a percentage of the 9/11 Victims Fund, and the best medical care.
So they got a lot of really interesting clips compiled into this overall video, but I think what's interesting is, you know, they're showing in media how there seems to be these kind of nods at our current narrative. I mean, it just goes and goes. I'd highly encourage you guys to watch through it, because he did point out some pretty interesting.
Alleged to, right? Yeah. Now, we realize that for decades now, these governments have been alleged to have experimented with weather control, but nothing
Things
conclusive.
that we've been talking about
this time
recently.
we're bringing in the laws of physics rather than simply waving our hands and uttering mumbo jumbo. We're actually using trillion-watt lasers now. And in the laboratory, sure enough, they precipitate rain out of water vapor. Sure enough, you can actually bring down.
Yeah, and we covered that as well in our last stream and on last Friday's episode. But anyways, let's move through. I wanted to remind everyone something that was mentioned at the UN by Trump, because we can oftentimes gloss over these topics. But yeah, before we do, Jeremiah, you like that Family Guy episode, right? Where they basically show how they induct people into the Skull and Bones.
Yeah, it's just so funny because I know, so I don't know him personally, but I've watched enough interviews of Seth MacFarlane, and he really loves calling out the Bushes. Because, and another interesting fact about Skull and Bones and Bushes and all that is, did you know that he was supposed to be on one of those airplanes that day?
Oh, wow.
Go back and look that up, guys. It's very interesting. So there'd be no Family Guy if he wouldn't have gotten drunk, he said.
So doesn't that mean he was part of the club? Come on, like,
you would think. I mean, it's like the day the music died. Everybody says that they were supposed to be on that airplane, but like, who really was? Can you prove it?
Yeah, that's true. Well, here we go. This next clip is let's see if I can get a little bit bigger on our screen here. This next clip is a statement we covered several episodes back, but I want to remind everyone that it was for sure brought up at the UN, and it relates to some other clips we're going to watch here.
The United Nations a few days ago. I'm not sure this is good news.
Announcing today that my administration will lead an international effort to enforce biological weapons convention.
A little quiet, but
which is going to be meeting with the top
enforcing
leaders of the world,
biological
pioneering an AI
AI verification system
that everyone can trust. Hopefully the UN.
They don't think that's already happening?
Oh yeah, they're working on it right now. You know it.
Projects under AI. Let's see how good it is.
Just one of the many projects under AI. And the reason I wanted to share this is because there was a gentleman that came out in 1997 with a speech talking about this concept. Now, there was a lot of forerunners of this. Even Rob would talk about back in 2012 at the Bible Prophecy Club, the concept of the implementation of certain biological mark of the beast, forerunners. But this was a really fascinating video. Just listen to some of the things he warns us about.
Did you freeze? Oh no, I see him moving. We are live, guys. Check this out. Yeah, playing. Jake, are you playing something?
Determined gene
Oh, my bad.
There we go.
My bad, y'all. I thought my video was playing to everybody. It was just playing to me.
Yeah.
All right, let's start it again. This man breaks down the agenda we had announced in the first few days of Trump's administration, specifically related to AI and the pharmaceutical industry's advancement in medicines based on genes and deciphering genes with AI and giving us hand-tailored made drugs and our identification system being tethered to that process of biology and whatever.
If this was predicted 27 years ago, somebody knew something. Okay, here's the list. This is an abbreviated list. I could have made it much longer. You know I can. I didn't. Okay, you ready for the list? Fast mutating viral disease pandemics. Genetically developed.
Beep.
DNA database tracking. DNA chips. Get this one. 1997. Gene-based pharmaceuticals. Transmitting genetic instructions for a disease process. How about this one? You ready for it? Wait for it. Artificial intelligence to determine gene patterns. 27 years ago, who had heard about AI? Apparently they had. How about this one? Robots for doing genome sequencing. And then, this one blew me away. Using recombinant DNA for making spike proteins. 1997? It gets even worse. Smart homes. They have a whole chapter on smart homes / smart cities. This one will absolutely floor you. It did me. In 1997, and this is, you can do the word search and research yourself. They predicted, not 2025, but by 2020, that people would be working from home virtually. Come on. Nuclear devices causing widespread contamination. Nanotech devices. This stuff was never even heard of. Digital currency. And last but certainly not least, vaccination.
All right, so we're gonna stop that video because he's saying the no word, but
Charlie, he likes a lint roller for some reason. What are you doing? You say hi to the people. Say hi to your fans. Say hello. Oh, not the butthole. Go, go, go. Show me a cute little face if you're gonna show something. He's a good boy.
Charlie's still in the show here. What's up, Charlie?
Oh, he loves some. You can sit right there if you want. Sit right
Yeah, there's some interesting things recently coming out against Candace Owens and her mental health capacity. I think it's interesting. What do you guys think?
I think well, I really wish you would have been there when me and Lindsay were sitting and talking with Bryson and his wife, but they had a lot to say, and I'm not going to say it here, but it wasn't good about Candace, because apparently Bryson's wife, she knows Candace a lot. Quit chewing on that. Like, she was really good friends with her, and Bryson's not so much into her, but that's all I can really say. But they think she might have gone off the deep end. But I think she's very smart, and I like her. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of torn.
Yeah, I mean, you hear things like she's saying that are, I mean, it's the conspiratorial angle, but my concern is the precedents they're setting, painting her as an insane person. If they make her the scapegoat, and if you talk like Candace Owens, then you're insane, then it sets a precedence, and that's my biggest concern. But when you hear talk about things like this,
they are literally in power, and that is intentional because then they can be controlled while they are in power, and they are also exhibiting signs of a psychopathology that lets them know that they will do harm to the masses and feel nothing because they were themselves, many of them, raped when they were children. Yep. It is not a coincidence that Justin Trudeau is gay, Obama, gay, Zelensky, gay, Emmanuel Macron, gay and married to a trans man who molested him when he was a child. And that despite the overwhelming evidence, for me, the litmus test now is like Brigitte Macron. I'm like, if you want to figure out who is a fraud in media, there's no way to read that 6-part series and go through it and come out of it being like, no, totally legit. Like, these are just rumors. It's like one picture of yourself in your first 30 years of living, please. And they
show me her brother.
Where's your brother?
Where is
John
he? I'll show you my brother. Yeah. Where's your brother?
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, I saw that going around. I'm trying to find the exact.
That's queer, not gay. I like that.
Yeah, there was a specific post I was wanting to show you guys, which is just them calling her into question, and she's led the charge in kind of the alt Charlie Kirk assassination theories and all the the things that she's calling out. At the same time, it's almost like they're everybody's turning against Candace because she's a conspiracy theorist. And does that mean eventually, I mean, I guess all conspiracy theorists would think that, right? It's, oh no, we're next. Oh man.
Yeah.
Here was an interesting breakdown tied to the ballroom that Trump is building on the White House. Pretty interesting.
Why does this ballroom look suspiciously close to Solomon's temple? The ballroom or the Baal room? What's going on with Trump? This gets extremely weird when we start going into his third term in 2028, 2029. And yes, y'all can scream the 22nd Amendment, but just wait till I show you what I gotta show you. So some people on Twitter figured this out, that it looks suspiciously close to this right here, Solomon's temple. Specifically, the layout for the outer courts to the rest of the structure. We're about to get to the third term in 1 second, but why is someone posting this saying they're seeing a UFO or something weird going over the White House? Who knows? But I do know Bannon came out and he just said this, and then at the same exact time he said that Trump will have another term.
Well, he's going to get a third term. So Trump 28, Trump is going to be president in 28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is. But
at the same exact time, three-state solution, the creation of Christian state of Jerusalem in the Holy Land. And by the way, don't get mad at me. I'm just showing you guys what's happening. Nothing political here. And if you're wondering why Bannon would know, he's been a Trump insider for years. And while this is happening, a huge Trump supporter, Bryce Mitchell, came out saying that not only does he not support him no more, he also thinks he's the Antichrist.
Hey, I want to let y'all know I'm not with Donald Trump no more. I don't support him. I don't like him. I think he's a corrupted leader. And yeah, it took me a while to come to that conclusion, but I finally am coming to it. I do not like the guy at all. I want y'all, if you're a Christian, think that Donald Trump is that beast.
Okay, so I thought the correlation I wanted to bring out in that video was the ballroom and it's the schematics looking very similar to Solomon's temple. So I thought that was interesting. Last week we covered the underwater alien phenomena, and some people may have forgot this video was going around, but this is actually Representative Tim Burkett saying that entities are originating out of 5 or 6 deep sea sites around the world. And I thought that was, interesting in itself, just because we had this recent green orbs off the East Coast story.
These are entities that are here on this earth, that have been on this earth, that, who knows how long, and that we think they're coming in from way out. Maybe they did millennia ago, but they're here and they're in these deep water areas, and that's why. I mean, like we say, we know more about the face of the moon than we do what's going on there. And
that's true, because we've never been there.
Higher propensity of sightings around these 5 or 6.
Even Tim can't be convinced.
Deep water areas, and so to me, it just it creates a question there. And then when we have.
Okay, so there we go. A Representative Tim Burkett probably has some more inside information than we do. Here was a video from the AOC network of Jared Kushner being an interesting guy. Check this out.
Eventually, before Jesus returns, the nations will be fighting around the region of Jerusalem. But before that destruction, there would be cries of peace and security. And here we see one of the most significant peace agreements among Middle East nations has been passed.
I've said time and again, Donald Trump is the greatest friend that the state of Israel has ever had in the White House.
An amazing thing is this: Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu both agreed that such an agreement would not have passed if not for the involvement of Jared Kushner. Kushner, who holds no official position, but for some reason, whenever he is involved in Middle East peace talks, things just happen.
Now that the war is over, if you want to integrate Israel with the broader Middle East, you have to help the Palestinian people thrive and do better. We're just getting started.
Things just work out when he is involved, which is why he is now back into the picture. Kushner, the man who years ago brokered the Abraham Accords, bringing together the Abrahamic faiths through economic empowerment. Kushner, the man who made history with the purchase of one of the most expensive properties to be used at his main office, the 666 building. Kushner, the man who made it possible for the U.S. Embassy to be set up in Jerusalem exactly 70 years after Israel became a nation. This is Kushner we're talking about, the man who just recently started his own billion-dollar artificial intelligence firm after making a groundbreaking purchase with Electronic Arts. This is Kushner, the man who by coincidence knew Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu since he was a child.
Can I reveal, Jared, how long we've known you? Can I reveal, Jared, how long we've known you? Well, he was never small. He was always big. He was always tall. But
Jared Kushner? Well, let's just say he is someone to keep your eyes on. Years ago, we predicted that much more would come from him. And we are seeing exactly that. To make of that, it's interesting.
Okay, so there was a little tidbit on Kushner being very tied in with the Israeli head of state. Go way back, apparently. Very interesting. Hey, Jeremiah, I saw were you wanting to do a little preview of your comedy segment?
I have it queued up, ready to go. Just whenever you guys are ready for it. I wanted to end off the show with some humor, so just whenever.
Okay, well, just got a few quick ones left here. President Trump instructs the Department of War to prepare for possible action against the Islamic terrorists of Nigeria. The Nigerian government better move fast. He's literally dropping tweets going, very well go into that now disgraced country, guns ablazing to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities, talking about, of course, the Christian slaughter that's happening in Nigeria. So that is very interesting. In technological news, we have Noland, who was the first Neuralink recipient, is going to be the first to receive an upgrade and or a dual Neuralink implant to further augment his abilities. And just hear this clip.
So I decided to apply over the phone with him, which is a pretty interesting juxtaposition of like where I was.
I know it's quiet. I'm sorry, guys.
To apply, if it worked, if it didn't.
Anyways,
whatever the case may be, I would be helping someone.
I know Elon was saying that because of Neuralink, he is going to be better than any other player of video games in terms of time reaction video game engagement. So very interesting. Nolan there.
Got nothing better to do.
We saw some really crazy costume design and stuff for Halloween. This one caught my eye. Right? This is apparently Heidi Klum dressing up as a gremlin or something.
Wink, wink, wink. Is it in? Just keep winking. Is it in? Is it in?
For Halloween. Yeah. And you can't tell me if you saw somebody who was in this good of a makeup walking around that, you wouldn't go, oh, that's an alien walking among us. Like, the makeup is so crazy good. So I thought that was pretty crazy.
Is it in? Look up for me.
Like touching your eye.
Is it in?
Yeah, gross. All right, so that was interesting. Here was a clip going around that had tagged the ISS and NASA. They since removed the tag, but the Cosmic Adventure page had posted this, claiming that this was actual imagery of the ISS passing in front of the moon. But, oh, wait, who's taking this image? And how is the ISS farther away from the Earth so that the Earth is in the background? And then, of course, all the flat earthers came out of the woodwork going, hey, this doesn't work. This is a fake image. This is like you took a PNG of the ISS and the moon and the Earth and then started sliding them across without realizing it's obviously fake.
Fake and gay.
Yeah. It's just funny because so many people, like we had Kim come out there questioning the moon landing at the beginning of our live stream. And when things like this are posted as legitimate representations or like real imagery, it doesn't take long to get debunked. And then people are like, can't believe anything you guys show us. Apparently robot housekeepers are going to be going for $20K. And they'll be able to clean a person's home, do laundry, and more. ... So,
my Walmart app says that they will do in-home deliveries. Isn't that creepy? They will go inside your house and drop your food off. Inside your house. Is that not weird to you?
Yeah, it is a little. There, yeah. Well, some other quick little stories here. Something strange was falling over over Charlotte, North Carolina. They claimed it to be some type of meteor, but the mysterious object crashed from the sky over Charlotte, leaving residents shocked and scientists searching for answers. So there was like this big old Starlink crash or something. Nobody really knows what was causing it. But then there was this also happened over Ireland.
silently across the night sky, steady, bright, and moving way too smooth to be random. Witnesses from all over the country saw it heading west to east with no sound, no trail, and no known launch. So, what was it?
Very interesting. We had this scene came out recently. By the way, this came from that same site that posted that bogus ISS image behind the moon with the Earth in the background. But they were posting this claiming that the Starlink lights are moving across the moon in a beautiful conjunction. And, you know, part of the problem with this is that people start to have a suspension of disbelief because they trust space imagery and whatever. And, you know, I will admit I've seen Starlink go across the heavens. But the more that we get this imagery pushed out with AI stuff, it's like, you got to start questioning things that are even real because of all the fake that they're pulling. Here was a close up of the before and after of Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa. So this was pretty interesting here. This is what Hurricane Melissa did. It knocked out the power grid. And we heard that video in last Friday's episode of how they likely are doing another Build Back Better thing, but with water destructive power versus fire directed energy weapons. So yeah, that was very interesting. This really caught my attention, guys. Somewhere in Lake Mead National Recreation Area, Nevada, a strange noise was being heard and reported by many people. Listen in on this noise. This just recently happened in the past few days.
Being sound all through the whole area.
That's the hum.
I just called 911 and they said they've gotten like over 50 calls about it. So we all just got woken up.
Oh, that was interesting. By the way, prodigal son returns after SNAP benefits expire. I'm going home because I can't survive on my own anymore. We're nearing the longest government shutdown. Once we pass 35 days, I think. There was also this story that came out in a local 12 channel there in near Las Vegas that apparently 300 piles of human remains were discovered in the desert just outside of Las Vegas. I think most of us just felt like, what a shame is the quote. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Let's see here. A lot of, this is what I was trying to share about Candace Owens, and we'll wrap up with, I think, one last little short video here, but a lot of high-profile conservatives are urging for Candace Owens to get psychiatric help after she claims she does not believe Elon Musk, Sam Altman, or Peter Thiel are human, and instead calls them hybrids. Owen noticed that there is something strange about their eyes and goes on to question if they're able to actually bleed. Owens mentioned an ancient demonic energy that transhumanists have and that they want to control the world through AI. So, like I said, are they setting up a precedence for calling her crazy? And we'll end off with this anonymous video. I think, Jeremiah, you actually sent me this one, and then we'll move on to a funny, lighthearted segment.
Look closely at the spectacle unfolding in Washington, D.C. They call it a government shutdown, a crisis of incompetence, a failure to agree on the budget. They want you to believe this is chaos. But look beyond the headlines. Look beyond the manufactured drama of politicians pointing fingers. This isn't chaos, this is control. The shutdown is not a bug in the system, it is a feature of the control grid itself. It's a strategic weapon used by the regime to achieve what they could never pass through open, democratic means. What is the real intent? It's a political purge. They use the lapse in funding as a mechanism to surgically remove the parts of the government they don't like, the non-essential services that help the vulnerable, the agencies that regulate corporate power, and the civil servants who uphold systems they want dismantled. While the essential services that protect the state's power, the military, the borders, the financial systems, stay fully funded, the programs that serve human needs are starved. The threat of permanent layoffs is not a consequence, it is the goal. They are using this crisis to cull the herd, to prune the garden of bureaucracy so only the strongest weeds of their controlling agenda remain. This is a stress test of your dependency. They are forcing you to panic, to demand the state reopen, so you validate their necessity. But here is the truth they fear: the vast majority of people are still helping each other. Communities are still feeding their own. When the government steps out of the way, even accidentally, we are left to realize how much we can handle ourselves. Don't beg them to turn the machine back on. Organize and reject the illusion of their necessity. The power they fight over is the power you grant them. Withdraw your consent, focus on your community, and start building the real, self-governed world right now. We do not forgive, we do not forget. Anonymously enlightening out.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting breakdown of the government shutdown. So yeah, I think
shout out to Lindsay's dad for sending that to me, my father-in-law.
Yeah, so what do you want to be when you grow up? A threat to the New World Order, Daddy. Stay-at-home mom, perfect. Oh man. So yeah, let's get into something funny, y'all.
All right, Opa, let's play it. Early edition.
My friend here just took a shower for the very first time. How do you feel?
Well, it feels strange. Clean. But I think my family will disown me now.
I didn't do that for months. I didn't drop a bomb on Paris. I asked for surrender 5 times before we attacked Warsaw. Everything was refused.
I don't give a goddamn how famous I am or whatever. It don't matter to me because I'm about dead anyway, so what I give a shit? What the hell do I care? I don't.
Oh, you can't have that jet? I got it. Yeah. Let me make you real mad. Got 2 of them.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but
there's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Why do you need a $54 million private jet?
We're not doing any kind of interviews right now. I'm in the book.
I'd just like to know why you need a keep your hands off me.
Get 1,000 online to give this. If I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight.
he made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
You said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons.
Now, if we were allowed
do you
to do
really
Halloween,
believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
He's a $7 million bull rider.
Noted. My turn.
Oh, dropped him! Hawking's on the move.
Einstein's locked in. One more to decide it.
Here comes the windup. Boom! Massive connection.
Oh, and Hawking's rolling. The chair's over. He's down.
That's a knockdown all day.
Refs waving it off.
Hawking staying in the pocket, touching the jab.
Yeah, keeping the pressure, trying to draw a big shot out of Morales.
Oh, massive uppercut. He's out. He's
Refs in. That's it.
Huge
That's how he ended up in that chair.
Hawking's guard is shaking.
He's trying to keep that left up, but there's just nowhere for him to move.
Another jab lands. Oh, and a straight right. Hawking
Martin's pouring it on. Hook.
And that's it. Listen to this play. Stephen Hawking rolling to the ring like he owns it. And across from him, Her Majesty herself, the Queen of England. What an arc. Hawking off the chair. He's airborne. He just tackled the Queen. Hawking charging in with a chair. Einstein's ready to grapple.
Whoa, a spin move right off the joystick. Caught him on the shin.
Ram bar deployed.
Right to the midsection.
Momentum is merely relative.
Hawking
Einstein flipped.
Elizabeth's on the top rope. Through table. She took Einstein out. Tables and the crowd can't believe it.
right, Helen, it's your turn. We'd like a vowel, please. Okay, was that an A?
Pornography, adultery, TV, soap operas, uppers, drunkenness, compulsive shopping.
What kind of names were these kids calling you at the pool?
Meathead, Fatso, Wide Butt, Wally the Whale.
Porky, hog, fat ass, double wide, butterball, those sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
One place I will never go.
I don't have Down syndrome, but I'm willing to have it if I need to have it. And this is my dog right here. So happy Down Syndrome Awareness Day from me. And
Jake, I just want to wish you a happy Down
21 pineapple.
And tell your friend what it would take to have Down syndrome. What does he need to do?
Well, you need to be kind.
Be kind.
Be loved.
Be loved.
Be respectful and be nice to human.
Oh wow, so there's a lot of responsibility, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be a good human.
Oh dang. Well, you might not be beat there then, man. I'm gonna say that. You might.
Bob Revenant.
The star is everything. You take the OpenAI logo, you merge it together, boom. Dun, 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 dun,
Everywhere you look.
dun, 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 dun.
You think of them as more financiers than you do artistes, but
Yes.
they have a way of working that fucking star
They
into
love
everything.
I just want to know how they get those things so curly, Jake.
Perm rollers. I don't know, man. What was your favorite, Opa?
I don't know. It's hard to choose.
Dude, some of those where they're punching Hawking in the face is so like it's like hurts my soul.
But when you're reminded of what he did on Epstein Island, makes every punch worth it.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah. If as you say it that way, yeah.
By the way, there were a ton more.
Opa found that. That was brought to you by Opa.
There are a ton more of Hawking out there, and some of them are really, really. I mean, it's hard to choose which one you want to put up, but maybe we'll put some more up later.
Yeah. So I like to play my what I have as of right now on Sundays, and then I add to it. So next episode you'll see these, but you'll also see some other funny ones mixed in with them.
Nice. Hey, before we go, I did have one more video.
Okay.
This was it's an AI music video put out by Yatunes, which I believe is Wes Blaze and his fiance or something. But normally I have. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I will say one thing about in Bryson's conversation is he said he likes him, but he doesn't like all the AI stuff.
Yep. Yeah. I was about to say, I have my reservations about AI music because if you think about it this way, right? An AI song will never be performed by a person to an audience. And it's almost kind of like melancholy, to think about it's a song that nobody will ever actually sing to somebody else in reality.
They can do holograms now. They've done Roy Orbison, Buddy Holly, Tupac. So why not make a fake body?
Yep. I mean, it is tied in a way to what we saw Elon talking about how people are just going to have personalized AI generating content for them. But what stood out to me is just how far AI video editing and video creation has come. And to me, it makes me very positive about the future of content creation, as a producer. And now I do have my reservations about specifically AI music, but I wanted to share this video because I think the visuals were super, super cool. And so while we play this video, maybe we can do a couple more of the giveaway questions. And yeah.
Sure.
All right, guys, let's just play this new
You're up next for the
video
giveaway
from
question.
Yatunes. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
You're next for the giveaway question.
Oh, I'm up next. Oh, okay, here we go. Anyways, yeah. Just the quality of the visuals are really cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trumpets in succession, and it's Armageddon. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Judgment from the heavens, and the Lamb's overcome. When the trumpets play, then it's Judgment Day. He will judge the repugnant in a triumphant way. What a wondrous day in a thunderous blaze, coming with destruction for those who don't obey. His kingdom is constructed, it cannot be corrupted, it will not be disrupted, obstructed or interrupted. His covenant entrusted, so we do what he instructed. He will come to give the world an attitude adjustment. When the mountains melt like wax from their summits, every tall tower in the major cities plummet. The heavens will be shaken, the earth it will quake. There will be no hiding places, they will not escape. Wicked bones in his wrath he will break. Dry bones from the past will awake. In his home, everlasting embrace, or disgraced and erase. Which path will you take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trumpets in succession. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Judgment from the heavens, and the Lamb's overcome. When the trumpets play, then it's Judgment Day. He will judge the repugnant in a triumphant way. What a wondrous day in a thunderous blaze, coming with destruction for those who don't obey. The wicked get confronted, the cowardly and reluctant, the covetous, adulterous, drunkards and those who lust it. All the destructive and disruptive will get affronted. They'll be getting hunted, abducted, and they'll be dusted. Blessed are the poor and the spiritually stunted. Into the garden of God they'll get inducted. And the righteous his commandments they conducted. So the fruit that they produced was productive. When the heavens roll up like a scroll, and the wrath unfolds from the bowls, by their works and their deeds as a whole, and every idle word he'll judge their souls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trumpets in succession, then it's Armageddon. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Judgment from the heavens, and the Lamb's overcome. When the trumpets play, then it's Judgment Day. He will judge the repugnant in a triumphant way. What a wondrous day in a thunderous blaze, coming with destruction for those who don't obey.
All right, so obviously, we weren't getting the best reaction in the chat there, but I the visuals of AI where they're at now, to me, is very, very interesting. And
was the music AI, or was the music
everything
created?
Literally everything was AI, and
including the singing voice and the words and background music.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to demonstrate to everybody, is like how crazy far things have come, to where literally all the content, the audio, the visuals, can be handcrafted, tailored for your particular flavor and blend of whatever you want to, absorb. And
but isn't that kind of lazy though?
as a person who produces
I've written
music,
and I've sang music, and I actually make music like you, and it's hard enough. I mean, but then you can put a chat in the chat bot, and then it just makes a song. I mean, it's kind of like an artist, like that paints. It's going to take them out of business.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big conundrum question, right? Because I see the ability that the visuals would buy me as a producer, but then where is the line in the sand drawn, right? Like, where can a tool become creepy in the amount it's being used? Like I said, I have my reservations specifically about AI music, because no man will ever sing that song to a crowd unless somebody covers it. And I guess that could be the answer, is like, make the AI generate something cool, and then somebody else can cover an AI, I don't know.
Should do one. We should do one that makes it like silly, like Helen Keller was the fraud. Helen Keller was a fraud. She failed on a well, and put all the jokes in it. Put all the Helen Keller jokes.
My believe it or not last week was, pointed out that there was a complete AI band, including the people and everything else and the music, and they had I forgot how many 100,000 users that subscribed to their channel and watched them.
Yeah, it's called the Velvet Sundown, I think. And what they did was, so it's a whole thing. So Spotify has these AI bands so that they don't have to pay them. And that's the whole thing, why that it was blended in with all the other, retro old school music, so that they didn't have to pay anything.
Right.
I learned that from Opus Corner.
Yeah. It's just so crazy how far, our technology's come, and thank you. Shout out to Yatunes and West Blaze and his fiance that, put that stuff together. It does spur on the conversation, right? Like, how far do we support real artists versus this mixture of iron and clay, so to speak, with the AI integration of creative arts? And where's the line in the sand drawn? Where does it no longer become a creation of mankind, and it just becomes AI spitting something very visually and audibly appealing? And
the thing is, I know West Blaze, like I've heard his music, and he's great. I just wish he would just sing it, like he could sing it so beautifully. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do some covers of your AI artists, because
the
songs. I mean, the lyrics. I know they're probably choosing the lyrics, and they're choosing the images to show. And I'm so blown away by how crazy, amazing it looks and sounds. And
the visuals are cool.
Purely AI. It's crazy.
Very interesting.
Hire us, real artists, do a Simply Prodigal cover video, man. Help us out. Us real people, flesh and blood, brother. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's all the things I have for this week, Jeremiah. Do we have any other giveaways we wanted to do before we wrap up?
I mean, remember to email me, guys, what you want. I think I got one. So I have one less Charlie book, I believe. Let me double check. So no Charlie book, but I do have a Gary Wayne set, and I have hats, 3 hats, and 6 tote bags.
Hey, I got a question for a giveaway. Question: where is Gary Wayne from? What country?
Is it considered a country? I only know that because I failed geography.
Hey, we got an answer here. Canada is correct.
All right, email me and tell me what you want. You want a hat? Do you want a tote bag? TruthorCon 2025.
We have some of Gary's books.
Some of Gary's books. So.
Or Charlie's book.
Well, I think somebody already won that, but we'll see.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm waiting for them to email me back. So Gary gave me a whole bunch of books to give away. So we're gonna have more Gary Wayne giveaways. So Gary is a very humble, good man. Yep. Very true.
Well, let's hit that one last promo of Dave that you had made, if you guys have it handy, and let's wrap up.
Oh, I tried. What do you want to?
Which one? The first one, second one?
Second
the one, yeah, the one we haven't seen yet.
Thank you, Jersey Bob.
Thank you.
True train.
So what do you think of TruthCon so far? It's excellent. I'm very critical of how things are done because I'm a control freak. And your first conference, I give you an A+ because any issues that you're having, if you are having any, we're not seeing them. You guys are doing a great job. I think this is a great venue. It's a good spot, and
I'm in the middle.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome.
We'll have the first few presentations being uploaded to Patreon this week, guys. So thank you, everybody who's already joining and subscribing to our Patreon to support what we're doing. We're going to have those edited up. We'll want them edited and nice and pristine before we put them on there because they were some really fantastic conversations and presentations. So be on the lookout in the next few days for the first couple, and we'll have them all uploaded very soon.
Yeah, thank you guys for stopping by, and we love you guys, and adios. See you later.